Hello buddies, my name is Yoshi, and welcome back to my bonus episodes of my blind playthrough of Xenoblade Chronicles free for Switch with the Japanese voices enabled. In the last video, we used our ultimate setup, and I'm gonna tell you right now, just to make sure I didn't do anything else. In one of the previous videos, we got all the strongest accessories, jeez, I can't talk right now, accessories from their hidden locations around the world. And in doing so, we were able to take out all of the super bosses. That's exactly what happened in the last video. In the last video, we took out every super boss in the game with the soul hack as well. So we got all of their abilities now. So that means we can now officially start the soul hack ride series. If I set this up properly, I think I am going to make Noah a soul hacker because I do want to use him for one mission in particular. Because I want to show you how busted soul hacker can get. It's actually pretty useful, particularly in challenge mode. It will be very useful to nuke enemies down at the very start of the battle. It'll just ensure that you can just basically destroy them in a matter of minutes. It's kind of fun. But anyways, unfortunately, this grind is probably going to be taking a bit longer to do, but thankfully isn't really that hard to set up. Honestly, it might not even take that long. So this series is basically going to consist of a series of two things. First, I'm going to do a unique monster cleanup, so I'm going to get every unique monster dead we haven't seen before. Second, we're going to explore all the landmarks, since that actually is required anyways for soul hacker upgrades, so we're going to make sure we get that. And third, of course, this is the most important part, we're going to have the soul hacker class set up. And to help with this setup, we're going to actually put every single character to Soul Hacker. However, we are not going to use them on the same Soul Hacker setup. Also, I am going to keep Fiona just because their support is so good. Like I said, Fiona's become like my favorite, you know. We are going to change things around, however. The first and very first thing we're going to do is go into the skills of each character and change each one of them to be slightly different. So she's Vio's more specialized to evasion, so we're gonna give her the evasion setup. Then we're gonna have there's heal and balanced heal. So we're gonna give you heal soul, you balanced soul, you the tough soul because well you're supposed to eat half anyway. And then you the strike cell. So we're going to each have a different series of effects. And then we're going to try and change our arts around so we can have as strong skills as possible. So this is going to help out with her bind. We're going to have Dangerous Claws on. Underworld Rage. But the big thing I want to have is Attack Boost or something. There's like this thing called Attack Master, which essentially boosts your damage based off of how much stuff you get. But otherwise, we're gonna be going for certain upgrades. Oh, here we are. Attack Mastery. Boost attack damage for every soul hacking skill learned. We're gonna have this on everyone, and then we're just gonna probably set up heal stuff as necessary. I'm not gonna show setting this up all the time, obviously, but I have at least a few of them doing other setups. And actually, one thing I am gonna do is I'll build the setup slightly better for the defensive setup I have. Since accessories don't really matter if we're doing grinds, we're just gonna set up a kind of a balanced setup on everyone this time, and keep Noah's basic setups up because we want him to be the breaker. So we actually have him specifically set up with Hotshot and Press. But the big thing we are going to be doing is we're gonna have to be putting on different skills and abilities, because the way this class works is you have to use certain abilities to get others unlocked, but the only way to see that effect is to go into the Soul Hacker stats itself which is like a completely separate menu that you have to get into. I'm not gonna lie, it's very confusing to figure out the Soul Hacker menu. Like I said, this guy's just quite confusing, so forgive me if it takes a while to set up, since being is getting a bit crazy. But I guess there is one thing I can do while I wait. Before I want to do any of the bonus steps, remember Amiibo. Amiibo says that he had a special secret he could do that we can use to get some stuff done. However, he would only give us to it if we not only collected a bunch of saps, but also get a secondary series of other things. But he also said that we could collect a series of aforementioned rewards if we completed certain objectives. One of those objectives being getting all of our Oracle's finishers up, which we have gotten now. Mastering the Ouroboros. Ouroboros, it's so fun the same. With power like that, anything seems power. It's true, but this power has a clearly defined purpose. Wow, so cool. Next time, Miyobi needs to chase away ruffian roughnecks new doves with mega spinning edge. I can't stop you, I suppose, though I'd appreciate it if you could come up with a different move name. Phew, that's tail tag. As thanks, Mio will hand over closely guarded treasure. Are you sure that's okay? Treasure now belonged to Miyobi as per rights of Scar, so problem no problem, and friends of Miyobi not even knows. Some guardian you turned out to be. It's really not vain worth worry. Friends is sure to bring even more fresher treasure. Yeah, well, if you're sure, love, don't mind if we do. You got the special weapon, Aegis Sword Pyra. Interesting. This can be equipped from clothing, enchantments, accessories to give your weapons a very special appearance. Usable on sword fighter only. You're gonna see that a little bit later, I think. Come to the end of the land. Mastering our blades. What's this on do? Miyobi. Interesting idea. Then Miyobi also becomes stronger if Kid bashes something to get her out of Origin Stars. Well, you can only work them with an ultimate hammer. You need a lot of time and skill to master it too. But that only make it 10 times cooler. Miyobi decided, will henceforth rename both pickaxe to ultimate pickaxe. Right. Tales of friends have filled Mio with wanderlust of many far off distant places. Miyobi on it hit the road also. Well then, when's your friend coming back? Miyobi have not foggiest idea. Friends just voice this mountain of loot on Miyobi and go off to have fun. Now this reminds Miyobi, wants to reward friends. Please take this treasure of Miyobi. Please not to feel inkling remorse. Got the special weapon, Aegis Sword Mithra. Immediately thinking, we'll make gold to act part of Ouroboros for a little bit of it while do guard to it. We'll make nice structure. So as long as you don't get yourself in trouble, right? Yeah, most definitely. Friends also take care. Please to commit any hijinks to memory, so can tell Miyobi afterwards in full vivid detail. And once again, another collection item usable only for Swordfire. So now Swordfire is two different shows. I am not. Don't worry, you are not going to be disappointed with this setup. I am going to be showing off at least one of those things because I actually plan on doing something very interesting for the finale of the bonus series. You'll see why in a minute. Other than that, that's that done out of the way. Now let's actually go and explore to actually find the setup now. Oh yeah, that's right. So the way you check Soul Hack is kind of annoying. You actually have to go into the hero effect first. And then essentially you get stuff upgraded as you get upgrades, but the way you need to upgrade them is by defeating certain monsters or by collecting other items. So you basically end up having to battle certain enemies over and over again. And you can only get this effect if you have the Soul Hacker already equipped, so we need to use this to defeat a certain amount of enemies. Now, not all of them are we're gonna show, because like some of them are repeated battles with the same enemies, like King. Not for a deep round we have to do a lot of, but we are gonna show kind of basic gist on. I honestly don't know if I want to do it. I basically need to get everything for already upgraded to already acquired to already upgraded. But there are a couple of things I want to get before I do stuff. Essentially, there's still some monster stuff we haven't gotten yet, and I want to get these done first. It says to acquire rematch. Some of these are actually hidden throughout the world, so yeah, the first part of this is basically going to be the unique monster cleanup, because to get all the Soulhacker skills and make them ultimately stronger, they must participate in defeating every single monster in the entire game. Anyways, we're going to start with the ones that we can see first. One of them is in the Aita region, which I think is somewhere in the central area. I'm going to find that and kill it first. And I did use a default setup on our other characters. I am going to change it up slightly though, so that arts get used usefully enough. This is actually the main thing I'm going to do. So, Horn Dance has already been upgraded, I think. So I think for upgrades, I'm going to put weaker stuff like Dual Shot, Drought Hop, Overhead on you. Keep Transient Bond on, I guess. Hugshot, we've already gotten. Put on Dragon Drake. Instead of Battle Firmon, we're gonna have my god still shows us to attack even though we have healing. Not all of these are going to require too long of a setup, although it could be quite tedious to figure out which ones you need. So I think just having the most unique art setups will be nice. Thankfully, we already have a lot of the setups, thankfully. Other than that, giving a launch just so that we have a launch in case we need to use that. Other than that, there are a couple of arts in particular I want to use on you. Wild Wave and Elimination Beam, if we can find them, would be nice. I don't think we have either of those, though. Elimination Beam would be on the Triangle art, and Wave is on, like, the strongest secondary art. Alright. Okay, obviously we still need a lot of work to actually get these upgraded, so the first bit of this is we're not only showing a full Soulhacker setup and what it would look like, but I also want to, like, actually use this setup to defeat enemies. Speaking of which, let's go to the search now. Find this guy. Look what Grandims we already got. It's like one of our early ones we got. No, not there. I know we've seen it in the Aita region. It's probably in the upper one. Let's search. Name here it is. But anyways, we're gonna go around and just get the select stuff that we didn't get. Some of these we missed because we were silly and defeated them without the Soul Hack, or completely forgot to equip the Soul Hacker. Honestly though, having the Soul Hack ability as a well effect is probably actually better than having the Soul Hacker itself at first. Probably because it's much stronger. Anyways, we're gonna react the monster. I want to show you kind of how this effect can work out. It's kind of a weird setup. Not everyone's gonna have the most in this setup, but I feel like is kind of it'll get really done from the next battle. Probably ideally we would actually use our powerful setup to soul hack it and build it, but part of the problem is to get the upgrade effect for our skills, we must do a certain amount of damage with the abilities at them. And that's the only way we can do that. By the way, we want to have Dragon Decree on at least one character. Dragon Decree is actually probably one of the most useful spells in the entire game. Grants us attack up and stuff. Just gonna, in general, really help us out. We're doing a lot of damage. One is down on Zodiac, so we can't get the full combo this time. If we really need to, we can just go for both to kill them. But this time, just use like the whole smash combo instead. It's kind of significant to stay straight, but I think it's pretty strong once you defeat all the enemies with it. If we find the first struggling with the battle, you can still defeat the enemy with the Zodiac skill if you get it. Our second stuff is there just for that reason. We'll see this, I think, in our farming setup, which is now going to replace our farming setup. So we're going to have this setup. It's going to be all soul hackers. And like I said, the specific reason is basically you want to be able to use this. I'm just going to quickly chain and see what happens here. Looks like I'm going to have to find Wild Wave and Elimination Beam first, otherwise then use all to just fuse that right away. Not all of these arts are really good. The main reason we're using them at first is some of them require that we use a couple of attack effects first, though. I'll use Transient Bond. Can't did that one a bit wrong, but whatever. Now, at first this is actually going to look really weak, but Soccergen definitely hit some very strong damage numbers, particularly with attack mastery on the right people will allow them to hit some really busted damage numbers. The reason why it's not fully upgraded is because, well, obviously we missed a lot of uniques. So you need to actually go around and defeat them first. But I'm trying to combine it with doing other damage with other abilities. The idea is I want to combine as many of these grinds together. Depending on what this says, it might actually only be a couple of videos on this part before we get the effect done. And yes, I went back to the original strat for this simply because it would be slightly easier to do it this way. I'm just gonna do this right away so we can very quickly get a smash kill. You gotta kill another enemy now. By the way, there are multiple strategies we can use, so don't worry, there's a lot of strategies we can use to get this stuff done. You'll see in the next video when we actually set this up properly, it'll be better, but for now, to maximize our grind, we must kill as many of them as possible early on. This is actually kind of important to do. Otherwise it gets really tricky. I almost don't know, honestly, or you get. Come to figure, I might want to actually quit my original setup, which does have tie-in with Zodiac, just to get the Zodiac thing out of the way. That way the battles will be much quicker, so heck, I might actually do that to begin with. And yes, the way you check this is you have to go to the hero setup. Spartan Fennec, Fentalis region rematch. Finblade Faltar, Sword March rematch. Okay, I'm gonna go there next. I don't think I've even rematched most of the monsters here, yeah, I'm gonna rematch you that first. Okay, there's only one anyway. You know what? This upgrade goal is gonna probably look a little bit weird, but I'm actually gonna change my formation back, but first, let's save what used to be our farming setup and put this in its place. That way we at least have our Zodiac setup so we don't have to change to it every time. We're gonna load this one. I like that you can just already pre-set up a bunch of things and then just swatch between them at a moment's notice. This does really help out a lot. Oh, jeez. Give me a minute. Oh, or not. Sorry, OBS is being super dumb again. No, I did not cut it out this time, but yeah, you can see OBS just lags for no reason. It's really stupid. Just to show you. Yep, Talon has select, so we can still get the effects by using a setup. This is actually probably the fastest way to get the unique setup anyway, so we'll probably go back and re-challenge the monsters to get those upgraded off screen, though in most scenarios you actually want to combine killing the unique monsters with doing the other arts. That's why you want to actually typically get more re-challenge stuff in better setups. But anyways, Finblade Faltar, oh my goodness, I don't even remember the last time we remotely even fought a monster like this. Yo, we activated the effect. Where's this monster at? Oh, there he is. Oh, gosh dang, so we have to wait for him to come this long all the way over here before we can even battle him? Oh my gosh, this is rough. Definitely learning this over. We need to move it in such a way too where it doesn't let its just set. Okay then. Alright, I guess we'll just have to do this one without topple day launch or set. Well, without topple days or launch, but honestly that's not a big deal. So every time you spawn it, it just spawns very far off in the distance. You have to wait for it to come back. Oh my gosh. Well, that's awkward. If you ask me, this is like the most awkward step in the whole game right here. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I feel like I am smart challenging this with like my actual proper setup. Probably don't actually need it to be that close. Yeah. If we just take it right around here, we should actually be fine. Alright. We don't have a smash attack set up, but that's partially on purpose because we don't want to actually immediately smash them if we can. Yeah, okay, we don't even need this up. Get a bunch of buffs on our characters and Noah and Uni pretty much do all of the work for us. So we should have discovered a new art now. Which I think we got. Kind of annoying you have to go into the heroes menu every time you want to check. Okay, yeah, we would have gotten it now. Actually, the way we check is we can basically just challenge look at that, and it'll tell us that we found the one that we need. It also shows in the most recent order you required them. So Fine Blade Falter. Okay, so we did get that one. Now we need Spartan Fenelek, which is actually one we defeated for the grind, but we forgot to rematch, so I guess we're gonna do that now. We actually have defeated most of these, our unique monsters. We just forgot to rematch them whenever we did the effect a second time. Yeah. Kind of annoying if you ask me, but not much we can do. Honestly, main controlling Cena is still probably better in most of these scenarios, because the sooner we can get our buffs out, the sooner we can kill them. And we can even use Uni and Tion's Ouroboros order. In fact, for some of the weaker battles, the strat is to actually use Uni and Tion's Ouroboros, because of their boosted buff duration, to basically just destroy most of the enemies. So I think I should actually maybe show that a bit in action. You don't even need to be max solo to use this. All you need to do is share at least a few buffs. You haven't shared those. Also, ideally you get recharge as one of the buffs. This isn't guaranteed to show up, but if it does help out a lot. Just getting your arts up faster. Once we get this set up, though, we can actually just go straight into... Hang on, where's... I want to at least get that total one. We're gonna go to Tion's Art. And we're gonna actually do this. I canceled that way too early. They basically do damage based off of their strong damage. I'll be able to show it again later in some of the other battles, but for most of these battles, you can just do Tyon and Judy's form, even if it's at level 0, and her damage will be quite busted. Speaking of which, I actually kind of messed up the setup here. I'm gonna have to fix this at some point, so I think I'm just gonna do it now. Make sure I'm actually set up this properly. I should actually probably change the art slightly. Atomize? Okay, that's correct. Either Collider is not correct, so I'm gonna replace this with... This is AoE around user. Yeah, this is the one we want. Okay, so we only have to replace one. That will fix most of our problems. If that's I think that means we have to save party formation again. Whenever even a single art setup changes, we have to do that. Yeah, one thing I could also use is maybe change one of the previous setup arts that I said that would be kind of useless. Instead, use Gust Bracelet to have Master Arts recharged at the start of the battle. That will certainly help out a lot. But not to worry, we got the monster done that we wanted to do. We're going to take on the next one, which, this one boosts damage dealt to Kiev's forces, interesting enough. Oh wow, these rainy ones do not... Some of these are just quiet. Oh wait, I know how to get a few of these. So, it seems silly where we're going to go, and you're probably wondering why there's so many skills missing. Well, that's because a series of them are only found in the Pentelis region, and is in quite an interesting area. We intentionally skipped these for a while, because they're actually kind of a frustrating opponent to take on. Because I think it's like, actually, like, yeah, like 5, isn't it like 5 enemies at once or something? It was really busted and actually kind of annoying. Remember the Agnian sessions? I think we talked about these when we, like, explored the area the first time. Well, now we're actually gonna challenge them. We're gonna probably use focus target to try and kill them a bit quicker, and they'll start with Cena right off the bat. We want to make sure our buffs are applied as early as possible. Although one thing thing that's definitely gonna help out is I'm gonna try to use, after I get her buffs out, I might just use Tyon and Uni and just have their Orbos form get activated. The idea is I want to use that right away to try and get Orbis over. Also, I probably should trigger the cooldown of my brain before I actually put on any buffs. That way I get closer to Cry of Faith a bit sooner. I feel like will help out a lot. But otherwise, it's a pretty tedious lock. You have to walk up this lawn area, walk up the secondary lawn area, and then draw off this area attack over here. You walk all the way over to this area, and you meet a pair duel of opponents that you can take out here. They are known as the Ignian Assassins, and this is where most of their effects will come in. Okay, yeah, that worked way better. I think I know the art order now. So I want to try and get Cry of Faith at least once at the start, and then I'm going to switch over to Tyon just so we can start spamming arts with them. Maybe try and get up to like level 2 or something. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, they're going to last at least a decent bit long. We'll use focus attack while we're doing this. I'm switching to Tyon just to guarantee that he gets his arts up a bit quicker. And then we're going to use Tyon's Orbos Roar. And we're going to spam Automize, Switch, Raptorate, Switch. And we're going to do this infinitely. You can do this indefinitely, and as long as you have buffs, at least some buffs on the enemy team, you will pretty much destroy any health bar in a record time. Because the way this works is based off of the 500% buff. You can basically do a lot of damage. We're kind of getting unlucky. I think one of the opponents isn't getting caught in our full attack. But essentially, when set up properly and at level 3, this is the strongest AoE in the entire game. In fact, actually, if I use this now, we should probably start by killing. So with the right setup, this will basically AoE down any fight in the game. So if we have to face multiple enemies now, we can just use this. And if we can hit all the enemies successfully, then we can kill them very quickly. And I just wanted to show that strategy in action, because early on, this actually is really useful to just win certain battles instantly. I wish I had thought of this sooner. Anyways, that got us 2 of the locks, since we never actually fought the assassins yet. By the way, if you trigger a battle with them, but leave, the game will still recognize it as a battle, and it'll actually mark the location of the monster anyways. Okay, so that gave us 2 skills, but it didn't give us the other effect, interestingly enough. Alright, so now let's see here. Dapper Seapar in the Fortis region. I'm surprised we haven't rematched this one yet. We'll use list search to find it a bit easier. Oh wait, there it is. I did that at a really weird spot. That might look a little bit confusing, I guess. So what am I going to do for the other super runs? Well, I'm just going to explore the area. I don't know what else to do. So, yeah, this is where we're going to explore all of the map as well, because some of these uniques are only found in certain locations. Here we go. Didn't even need to do much. I don't think we even had buffs there. We didn't set up probably. Didn't see what we got. I'm gonna have to start saying the name of the skills we got. Oh wait, we'll just find out this way. Natural Guard. Okay. Natural Guard, Impus Langoliard. Location, Forest region. This is one that we didn't fight yet, though. There is one spot that shows the locations of all these monsters. That is one thing that'll help out. You aren't actually told the name of the monster, though, at first. That's part of the problem. Because most of these monsters we haven't even seen yet. Let alone even gotten a chance of battling. I'd say I probably could have fought a lot of them more. Alright, well, this is a tricky part. This is the part that I don't like. I'm gonna have to go around and actually explore all of the regions. Make sure the whole map is written explored and not missed a single thing. Because chances are we will have missed at least one specific stuff. Alright. Let's take a look at... Whoa, what the... Wait, that was weird. I did not mean to click that. That part of the caverns doesn't really seem to have anything. Oh, wasn't there a unique monster here before? Oh, wait, no, it seems like we already battled it. What about this area? Oh wait, Goliath's Depths. Did we finally explore this one? Yes, we did. Most of this is probably going to be done in other areas, simply because I've already defeated most of the opponents that I've seen. By the way, this probably isn't going to be that bad of a mine setup. Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely Alice, but we never actually went deeper into this cave. So, we're going to explore that. Hopefully we'll just randomly come across some uniques to just doing the exploratory thing. That's my idea, is explore around, get all the spots explored on the map that we haven't seen yet. And that should help us out with finding a few of the unique monsters that we haven't seen otherwise. Ooh. Oh, I remember this place. Isn't this a colony that got completely destroyed? Yeah, that's right. There's supposed to be a colony here, but it got destroyed as part of the event. We haven't gotten the chest here yet, probably because we never came back here the first time, so we're doing that now. You never know. If you sometimes just checking a certain area multiple times is enough. like we already discovered a location just by doing this. Oh yeah, so this was calling 5s for honest. Yeah, this is the thing we needed. That. Zendian Terraline. We got a bunch of those. What is that? What is that item? Legendary Pentelis Legion. Apparently you just sell that for a bunch of money, annoyingly enough. Okay, unfortunately nothing here, but we found a location, so not a terrible choice by any means. That, I think, just leads into Lower Macdo Wildwood. Speaking of which, I don't know if we ever really explored the Lower Macdo Wildwood to begin with, so let's make sure we get all of that zone explored. I know there might be a couple of uniques still left here. Some of these are mostly just corners, though. So, from the looks of it, we already did explore most of the area. But there might be a unique that I missed. You know, from now on, if I do like another playthrough of this, if I see a unique, I should battle it at least once to get the landmark effect thing. So I at least know where to look for it. And I guess another thing you can do, and this is something that I should have done before, put a location mark. There's a mark you can put depending on certain effects. I think there might be like a skull marker you can put that wherever your unique monster is, and that way you won't actually forget to go back to each of these locations. So you won't have to go searching for it like I am doing right now. But to be fair, we probably still have a couple locations that have yet to be explored anyway. Yeah, okay, other than this, it seems like Lower Macdo Wildwood is basically entirely explored. Woo! Jeez. Sorry about that. Still nothing still, but most of my problems with this are done now, but there's still a couple of bits and problems here and there. Yes, we explored already in one of the previous videos, and the other spots are not really that worth it to explore. Like, City, we basically 100% explored. Cadentia is like the biggest one. Like, this is the one that we've explored probably least out of any area in the game. So, if any monsters are going to be here, it's there. In fact, we probably missed at least 1 or 2 unique. So, I think as part of my last setup, I'm not sure how long this will take, but with a boat, it probably shouldn't take that long. I'm thinking I'm just going to try to spawn the boat in here and then move around the edge of the area so we can see the edges of each of the zones, and we're gonna just try to find the edge of each zone so we know the edges of the area. Ooh, look, we already found a spot over here. Look for these random islands in the middle of nowhere, by the way. This is what tells you where... Okay. Don't worry, you can't actually fall off here. You can fall off via the side area if you go there, but it won't fall off in the other areas. We're gonna at least explore around the edges of the area so we get an idea of where all the edge spots are. By the way, this other area I think I've already explored. It just looks like the tombstone doesn't show up. Well, that's because there is supposed to be a tombstone here. It's just this monster will only come out at night. Speaking of which, there are a lot of monsters actually that only come out at night. So, yeah. It's kind of tedious. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I didn't actually find many of the unique constellations, sorry, but I want to at least fix couple of observatory issues, so we'll at least explore the Cadentia region. Speaking of which, let's put the next one down so we can do that a bit quicker. I want to check, see where the next area I should explore is. Well, I think for starters, I should explore all around, not this area, but the water close to this, and when that, until I eventually get close to exiting Agnes Castle, and then I'm gonna use that briefly. So yeah, I'm gonna explore around the edges of the Angus Camp area first. See if I find a unique monster doing that. Oh, here's another unique monster set up here. I think we've already battled this one this time. Yeah, I think we have. Yeah, that's right. I think we battled it as part of the storyline at some point. But we'll run into some of these walls on purpose so we get those as spots so we know not to go to those areas again. Also, you get to hear this unique theme, I guess, which is pretty nice. Ooh, there's a little corner in here. Interesting. Let's park that. Driving into it. Yeah, there we go. I think we're mostly done here now. I just want to mark spots around the edges so I know where the edges are now. Sometimes there might be monsters just hidden in the middle of nowhere. You find monsters in the weirdest locations. Thankfully, Cadentia seems to have a lot of hints. As long as you go close to every individual miniature island you ever come across in the area, it honestly shouldn't be that bad to find all the monsters in Cadentia, although said it is the most open of the areas, so you can see why they never really intended you to explore this. They intended for you to take a very long time exploring the area. This is why I try to essentially just explore the edges of the islands rather than spots around it. It seems to help out with at least finding some nice stuff. Here's a random island in the middle of nowhere. Okay, that we already got. No, this island we already found. It's crazy how much of Cadentia I feel like we still get to explore. Yeah, this spot we have explored. Sometimes it always feels like we have not explored certain parts of the bit. Sorry if this does feel like wasting time, but I trust myself that I will have a better setup for this time. I will be fixing a soul actor setup as well. The problem is it'd be very hard to get all the skills upgraded. So we'll probably have to go art by art to make this go faster. Anyway, depending on how bad you are, or if you're a vibe fight from me, it could take a lot longer to actually explore all these spots, but eventually I will be taking a look at monster locations to make this a bit easier, but for now I don't want to stress you out too much. We did some neat monster killing, but this is just the first part of the cleanup. But in the second part, it's going to be much easier, because I'm going to be marking locations to unique monsters, so I can set them up for the next video, and that way we can actually kill them. But otherwise, that is all we need to do. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you enjoyed, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.